While all Catholic Christians are called to serve others, the deacon is an official sign of this service, promising to be a living example of service for others. In the Diocese of Springfield, deacons have now served in parishes for 40 years, and the Diaconate office will soon be recruiting a new class. In a story that we first aired back in January, I sat down with two members of the first class of 19 deacons and their wives as they recalled their ordination day, January 15th, 1983.
Remember the ordination day? All that snow?
Oh yeah, and wind.
The wind was terrible.
During a blizzard on that 15th day of January 1983, history was made when 19 deacons were ordained by Springfield Bishop Joseph McGuire. Deacon Jim Hager, a retired deacon who served 31 years at Sacred Heart Church in Pittsfield, was one of the 19 that day. He and his wife, Pat, rented a van to bring the whole family to St. Michael's Cathedral in Springfield. Deacon Lucian Miller, who served for many years at the Newman Center at UMass, is also a member of the class of 1983. He and his wife, Bonnie, recalled the ordination day.
It was Martin Luther King Day, and it was a great Christian saint and prophet, and my gosh, what a day to be ordained.
A vocation inspired by a love for the Eucharist.
As a matter of fact, I wanted to be a deacon before the diaconate program even started, and I do not know why, except now, in retrospect, what I feel was I wanted to be closer to the Eucharist.
While raising 4 young children and working a full-time job, Deacon Hager first served in Sheffield and then Sacred Heart Church in Pittsfield.
When he was first assigned to Sacred Heart, I'm going to cry here, he was giving a homily on Right to Life Sunday, and it was the first time, I don't have a tissue, it was the first time the congregation had heard a man talk about the birth of his children from the pulpit, and it was so moving. I'll never forget that, and a lot of other people never forgot it either.
Now suffering from mild cognitive impairment, Deacon Hager's memory may be diminished, but he for sure remembers the baptisms.
There was usually baptisms every month, and very often there'd be quite a few people to be baptized. And I'd meet with the families before sometimes and get the preparation squared away. And there was no two alike. They were always different and unique, and it was really a good part of my work.
Deacon Miller served the UMass community for many years and also doing work as a spiritual advisor.
It's just wonderful. You feel you're in an atmosphere of grace for sure. It's a blessing, it's a privilege, and it's a lot of fun.
It makes a really nice combination to see the priest and the deacon on the altar together because they're like brothers. You feel the camaraderie of the two of them, and it's just extra special.
There's much to celebrate 40 years later as the class of 1983 paved the way for future classes of deacons. With 70 currently in active ministry and 26 retired, deacons have become an integral part of the church in the Diocese of Springfield. Deacon Leo Coughlin is the former director of the Diaconate office for the diocese. He says the late Deacon Bob Duval of the class of 1983 influenced his decision to become a deacon 22 years ago.
I never saw a deacon before, never heard about a deacon, and he's baptizing my grandson, and he's telling us what a deacon does. And because of that, I sought out answers of what a deacon is, and now I'm a deacon because of Bob Duval.
40 years ago, the first group of men were ordained to proclaim and preach the gospel, assist at the altar, baptize, bless marriages, and serve anywhere that they were called to do so.
The class of 1983 were the pioneers for the diaconate in the Diocese of Springfield, and they did a wonderful job.
And 4 decades later, deacons are needed in the church now more than ever, says Deacon David Picard, director of the Diaconate office.
We already have deacons who are running parishes. They're called parish managers. And in a recent survey conducted with the priests about the diaconate, we found a great many priests believe that that'll be the path forward for the diaconate.
All in the Diocese of Springfield send their heartfelt thanks to those pioneers whose path has been faithfully followed. Truly two good men and their wives who have spent 40 years serving the people of God. And joining me now is Deacon David Picard, Director of the Diaconate Program in the Diocese of Springfield, with some information to share with us for those who might be interested in becoming a deacon too. Hi, Deacon Dave. Thanks for being with us today.
Hi, Sharon. Thanks for having me today.
So, Deacon Dave, I understand that you're looking for a few good men.
You're exactly right. In fact, a few good men like the two people you just saw today, their leadership capabilities are exactly what we're looking for, along with their relationship with God and their ability to transfer that to other people in their parishes and, in fact, the entire diocese.
Very good. So you're going to be having these informational sessions. What will be learned at that time?
Well, what we hope that they'll learn is that the diaconate has been around for a long time, going back to the apostles, when they needed good men to serve. And we also hope that they'll learn just exactly what's involved with the diaconate program, the formation, and what the expectations are once they're ordained. It's not easy being a deacon. We're expected to serve and serve everybody, including the people of our parishes and the people of the diocese. We're expected to lead programs as we grow the people in faith and the relationship with God.
And then the next step would be what?
Well, the next step is they'll apply for positions, hopefully, in our formation program. We have quite an extensive application process that requires time on their part. From that, they'll be interviewed and then go through a psychological evaluation with their wives.
All right, Deacon David Picard, thanks so much. And I know it's a long road to that ordination day, but I'm sure it's been worth it for you, right?
Oh, that's exactly right. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience. The ability to serve others in God's name is an opportunity that not many people take advantage of. Although we're all called to do that, it's rare that that happens. And we're hoping that the men that come forward with their wives are willing and happy to do those kind of things. I know it's been great as far as I'm concerned.
That's so great to hear. And thanks again for being with us.
It's my pleasure, and thank you.
And again, the information sessions will be held in Springfield at the Bishop Marshall Center, in Amherst at the Newman Center, and in Pittsfield at St. Joseph's Parish Center. For any questions, you can call the Diaconate office at 413-452-0676.